Hello and welcome to day 12 of our Christmas Carol Countdown. Our Christmas Carol Countdown to Christmas. So it's absolutely freezing here in England. We had the coldest night of the year, so please forgive me my little cup of coffee while we go through day 12. Let's have a look, see what we've got in store. Oh. Excellent. So what we're going to be looking at is a Christmas present that I received from my sister and her partner a few years back. Let me just grab it. So it's called Letters of Note, and it's a collection of significant, noteworthy letters. So there's lots of different types of people in here. I'll give you a few examples in case you're interested. So I've got a couple of my favourites, favourite comedian, or one of my favourite comedians, Bill Hicks. We've got Roald Dahl, who I know a lot of you might be familiar with. We've got the sciences covered here as well, so if you're doing those science GCSEs, you could have a read of letters by Charles Darwin and Albert Einstein. And also, if you're my mum, you can read about Mick Jagger. So let's get going. Right, major tone shift. We've gone from festivities and family and fun to murder. There's been a murder. This letter is called I Stand Astounded and Appalled, and it was written by Charles Dickens to the Times on the 13th of November 1849. On that date, a large group of people gathered to see a public hanging, the execution of a married couple who had conspired and murdered her former wealthy lover. So there's a lot of intrigue, very salacious case. It was known as the Bermondsey Horror. So Dickens decided he wanted his thoughts known about this public execution. So what we're going to do is just read the beginning of the letter, because it is a couple of pages long. If you want to read it in full, you could possibly find this book in your local library, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below as well. So we're going to read the start, and then if you do your GCSEs or any creative writing exam, what you can do is continue the letter yourself. So you might want to research the case a little bit, but you can continue the letter trying to emulate, to copy Charles Dickens' writing style, and that will help you to understand it as well, which will be fantastic for your exams. Okay then, let's give it a go. Devonshire Terrace, Tuesday 13th November 1849. Sir, I was a witness of the execution at Horsemonger Lane this morning. I went there with the intention of observing the crowd gathered to behold it, and I had excellent opportunities of doing so, at intervals all through the night and continuously from daybreak until the spectacle was over. I do not address you on the subject with any intention of discussing the abstract question of capital punishment or any of the arguments of its opponents or advocates. I simply wish to turn this dreadful experience to some account for the general good by taking the readiest and most public means of advertising to an intimation given by Sir G. Grey in the last session of Parliament that the government might be induced to give its support to a measure making the infliction of capital punishment a private solemnity within the prison walls. Okay, so there was some quite complex language in there, so if you need to, just rewind and listen again, and then hopefully you can work out that Charles Dickens wanted to make it clear that he thought public executions were bad for society as a whole. So have a go at finishing that letter. If you do have a go at it, send it to me and I can add it to our Pinterest board. Alright then, thanks as always for watching. If you haven't done already, hit that thumbs up, give me a like, and I will see you tomorrow for day 13 of our countdown. Alright then, thanks as always, bye!